Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is so exciting to be here with you guys tonight live. I'm pumped. It's the second Wednesday of the month, so it's upload day, and for this upload I decided to go live. So I'm pumped to be here tonight with you guys. So if you are, let's see here, I was trying to think of my intro off the top of my head, and you know, whenever you're filming, you can do this in like 10 takes and no one knows because of editing. So I like to do my intro because people will see this video after the live stream, so I'm gonna just roll it out. So here we go. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here for a bit, if you are new, I'm super pumped that you are here today. My name is Lauren Carone, and my channel is all about making beauty easy for the girl who thinks that she can't. Now, my hope tonight is that you will actually consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that you can get alerts every single time I upload new videos or even go live like today. And we are actually jumping back into my series on skincare, and I'm so pumped to bring you the second video in this series. I had to think about it. And we're actually going to talk about masking. So I hope you are pumped tonight. I've got some great info for you. I want to talk to you about the masking product that I'm using that is changing my life. If you follow me on social media, of course, you will actually remember the story. If you follow my stories on Facebook or Instagram, I shared this photo earlier last week, I think. And actually it was Sunday. I had taken a before and after. I've been taking a lot of before and afters, if you will, or progress pictures as we'll call them, of my skin. And hopefully you guys can see this. I don't think you'll be able to, and ignore the cracks on my phone. But this picture here on the left is when I first started, when I originally changed all of my skincare. This is 31 days later as of Sunday. So if you saw this on my story, then you know what an insane difference that is. My skin is nearly poreless right now, which is exciting because pores have been a really huge issue for me. And so I'm so pumped to bring you guys this series because if any of y'all are like me, and first of all, you're trying to age with grace, and secondly, if you've just had skin issues your whole life and you're in the comments raising your hand because you just don't know where to go and you're frustrated and it takes a while to even know if something's working, and you're not sure what to try, then this series is so for you. So thank you for joining me. Give this video a thumbs up if you're liking it, if this series is helping you out, and of course, share it with people if you think it would help someone else out. So, okay, I have notes here on my computer so I don't get too distracted. Let me scroll up. So if you have questions, if you don't mind, if you would throw like a couple question marks, let's just say 3 question marks into the chat, so that way I know as I'm scrolling, if people have questions, I can address those and I don't get lost in the comments. Thank you so much, Diana. I appreciate that so much. The progress photos are insane. So let's dive into masks. If you want to catch the first video of this series, I will actually link it. Well, it's linked for you down now in the description box, but once this video is over, I will actually go ahead and attach it to the eye above so that you can, you know, catch it that way if you're watching this on the replay. So you can even type hashtag replay in the comments if you're catching this on the replay. I'd love to hear from you. So last week we talked about cleansers, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about cleansers, and today we're moving on to step 2. And step 2, I wanted to actually jump into masking. I was going to go into toners and stuff, which will actually be coming in a couple weeks, but I thought masks would be great. And I'm really trying to actually think this out in the process of how I do my skincare so that it makes sense chronologically as people watch these videos. It's probably too much thought and detail, but that's just how I am. So you're welcome. Okay. So let's actually jump into some bullet points for masks. There's a couple of things that I want you to remember about skincare. These are actually 4 things that are just a recap, and I'm probably going to say these in every single video. The first thing is that the goal of skincare, of taking care of your skin, is actually to create cell turnover every 30 days. If you're not using stuff that's helping you do that, you're doing yourself quite a disservice. We want to create new cell turnover so our skin looks fresh, pores stay small, blemishes are minor, we're bright, we're youthful, we're line-free, we're all the things, okay? The second thing is that anytime you try a new product, it takes 10 days. Yes, I said 10, not 10 business days, but 10 days to actually have your skin adjust to the product you're using. So listen, ladies, if you're trying something new and you're freaking out because your skin's freaking out, give it 10 days. Now, the only way that doesn't apply is if you're completely like rashing out or you wake up the next day and you have a face full of zits. I would definitely discontinue the product if that's what's going on. But if it's not, then, you know, hey, give it 10 days. I promise you, the excess oil, even some of the minor breakouts that you're having, all of that stuff will start to dissipate after your skin has time to go, okay, what's going on? And I need to figure out what changes she's making. The third thing, 30 days to see results. So 10 days to actually have your skin acclimate, 30 days to see results. Anything that you see on your skin before that 30 days is going to be a topical result, which is totally fine, but it's not going to really start addressing the root of those issues until it's had 30 days to kind of live in your skin and actually attack the body doing whatever product and what ingredients of those products are designed to do. And then lastly, anything that you see, oh, I just said that, anything that you see before this time will simply be surface. So 3 things, we're going to delete that off there. Boop. So next time I make my notes, we won't say that again. Okay, so let's talk about why masking is important. Now, if you're like me, masking is not something that I have been faithful to, especially in my 20s. I've been more faithful to it in my 30s, and up until recently, in the last 30 days that I've made all these changes, masking has become a very consistent part of my skincare. If you've been on my channel for a while, then you know I used to do something called Masking Mondays in my private Facebook group. My life just got hectic and chaotic. I used to go live in my Facebook group every single Monday, and we'd do a mask, and girls would share what they were doing, and I would share what I was doing live, and it was a lot of fun, and my life got chaotic, and I stopped doing that. Therefore, my masking went out the window. So since I got the new skincare routine, I realized how much masking really was affecting my skin, or not masking really was what I mean, was not affecting my skin. Yes, Diana, you said 30 days to acclimate. That is correct. I think I can move you over a little bit. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Technical issues. I'm working off my laptop, so my screens are weird. I need two computers. You guys, this is seriously first world problems. I need 2 computers, one for my notes, one for you. Okay, Diana said 10 days to acclimate, 30 days to impact. Yes, that's very correct. So let's jump back into why masking is so important. So the first reason is that it deep cleans. Secondly, it's gonna drop those impurities. So breakouts from masking are a bit normal. I got a big old zit right here that I'm trying to hide through foundation. If I lean right in the light, you can probably see it. That's gonna happen. I had one here that lived here for a couple weeks. It's finally gone, praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. The skin is clearing, but that is normal. It's you're masking. You're drawing out the impurities. You actually want that to happen. I know it freaks us all out, but you do want it to happen. Secondly, thirdly, it encourages cell turnover. That's the whole point of why we're taking care of our skin in the first place. Fourthly, hydrate that skin. That's what masking does. It's going to bring hydration back to your skin. It's going to remove excess oils and help improve the appearance of your pores. And bonus, if you have a certain type of mask, it will actually help to shrink and reduce the size of those pores. But the main reason, if you didn't know this, I was actually thinking about, I wish I could have had time today to get you guys a balloon, because I was going to go to the store. Today was chaotic, honestly. I'm actually going to work out after my live here because my day's been so hectic, which is weird. I originally planned to be sitting here after my shower with my mask on my face doing this video, and it just didn't work out like that. So we'll save it for another time that I actually mask with you and teach you at the same time. Anywho, I wanted to try and get out today and find a balloon, because what I wanted to show you on screen was, if I take this balloon and we think about our pores being like a balloon, and I blow the balloon up with the air in my lungs, that balloon is going to get bigger. And what we're going to pretend that air is that air is full of dirt. It's full of impurities. It's full of oil. It's full of debris from the air. And that pore, or that balloon, is going to be huge. And so what we want to do is push that air out, which makes that balloon do what? It shrinks it. And I feel like that would have been a great visual for you guys to see, because that's how I had to start envisioning my pores, as like balloons, little balloons all over my face that I needed to make sure were completely cleaned out. So this is the whole reason why masking is important. And the second piece to that is why consistent masking is important. So you will find a lot of ingredients will actually overlap in your skincare, and that's okay as a part of your mask. So I listed some things that are really going to be important for you, especially if pores are your concern. Now, again, the things that I'm going to list here doesn't mean that if your pores are not your issue, that you if pores are not your issue, then you have something else that is an issue, that these things won't be addressed or good for your skin. That is definitely not what I'm saying at all. But I am saying that if you have pores that are a problem and you're really trying to find products that are going to attack them, then you definitely want to make sure that you're using products with these ingredients and elements. So let's start with the most important, which is one of my most favorite ones and the exciting ones, is called alpha hydroxy acid, or AHAs. AHAs are chemical exfoliants, not to be confused with a beaded exfoliant. We talked a little bit about those on my cleanser video, so you can check that one out, of course, if you haven't. But a chemical exfoliant is completely different, and I'll address the difference between a chemical exfoliant and then, of course, exfoliants in your cleansers in a different video, mainly because I'm using a product that is strictly a chemical exfoliant that I want to talk to you about, just not in this video. Stay tuned. But what you can expect to find in AHAs, your most common ones that are really popular for pores are the following. So ones that are like lactic acid is a great AHA. And I wrote down here, it says one of the most popular kinds of AHAs, it plumps the skin. Hey girl, you know you want to look full in that skin, right? And then it makes fine lines look less visible. It also gently exfoliates to reveal smoother and more glowing skin. And again, it's not using any harsh beads or anything like that to make your skin have lacerations like we talked about in the cleansing video. It's actually doing that through the AHA, the chemical itself. Citric acids are another AHA, and that is going to be a similar benefit as what lactic acid is. It can be used to treat multiple skin problems such as acne, hyperpigmentation, clogged pores. Can I get an amen? Fine lines, wrinkles, and dark spots. Citric acids can also be used on the skin in the form of peels, toners, and masks. So there's a lot of toners actually that do have citric acids in them as well. I'll talk about more on toners and that sort of thing in the toner video when I discuss that topic with all of the different acids and all of that stuff that you can get in toners. Of course, you guys know this, but with peels, a lot of times your peels do contain citric acids. So it's a great thing to have. And then of course, remember that your AHAs can increase sensitivity to the sun. So it's one of the things that you do have to remember if your products do have AHAs in them, which are beneficial to your skin. You do need to make sure that you're using a sunscreen, and or when you are out in the sun, be careful. You just have more of a tendency to burn a little quicker with that stuff. Now, I do think there's a point where you can actually get used to it, because I haven't had any issues burning. Now, I will say I haven't really been out in the sun too much, which is a crying shame since I still live in Florida currently. But I'll be going out to the beach in the next week or two, and I'll just let you know if I burn. Okay. So the next ingredient that's really good for you is going to be zinc. We talked a little bit about zinc in my last video, but zinc reduces the inflammatory response to bacteria. It helps with clogged pores. And as I mentioned in my cleanser video, I actually use zinc in the form of a vitamin. I take a zinc pill every single day, which I've also listed for you in the description box if you want to see exactly what I take. All of my vitamins for skin and all that good stuff are all down in the description box, so you can check them out there. But I use zinc for a lot of things. Zinc is really, really good too if you have cystic acne. It's actually been known to heal your face. It's what healed my face from cystic acne. So it's a great, great thing to have. And you can, of course, find zinc in some of your skincare products. The next thing is charcoal and clay. So commonly seen in masks and cleansers for oily skin, charcoal and clay are highly absorbent ingredients, and they work like magnets. I wish I had two magnets to click together, but I don't. Drawing out excess oil and dirt from your skin. Again, this is all the more reason that we're looking for a mask that draws out the impurities. We don't want something that's going to just mask something or just push stuff back into the skin. We actually want all the impurities, all the dirt, all the excess oil, anything that's trapped inside those pores. We want to get that out and get it out as fast as possible so that we can have clear skin and really start to produce that cell turnover. And then lastly is salicylic acid. We've talked about salicylic acid as well in my cleanser video. Again, hence why I said a lot of these types of ingredients will overlap in your skincare. Not a big deal, but salicylic acid actually encourages exfoliation of the skin, which is a beautiful thing, and unclogging of the pores. So that's really cool. So those are the things that you should know or be looking for when you're looking for a mask. I see I do have a couple questions. What are the best masks that you've tried? That is a great question. So I'm actually going to talk right now about my favorite mask that I've tried. And this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this one, is because if you saw the photo, if you were on here a little bit ago, I just had a lot of issues with my pores. I was to the point where nothing I was doing was working, and I was really self-conscious about how my skin looked. And I honestly didn't even want to get on camera because I didn't like the way I was seeing it. I felt like that was all I was seeing. Now, I, of course, definitely could have been, it could feel more personal to me because it's my skin. I see it every day. I'm sure it's not the first thing that everyone was noticing about me, but it was for me. So I do want to talk to you about what I'm using, and hopefully this will answer your question. So what I'm using currently right now is the Ole Henriksen Cold Plunge Pore Mask. Dang, is my lighting good tonight or what? I feel like it is. Yes, and amen, it is. And you guys see my big microphone right here? I hope you guys can hear me pretty well. I forgot to ask. So, hey, Dee, can you let me know if you're still on? Hey, Carrie, welcome. You did miss much. You're going to have to go back and check it out. I just talked about all the things you should be looking for in masks, so you'll just have to rewind after this is done. So this is what I am using. I want to tell you a little bit about Well, actually, I already did. I put here in my notes, give brief detail of what you were doing before, frequency, and masks. I was not masking as often as I should, but let me give you some info on this product and then this product here, and then I'll tell you exactly how I am using it. So pop over to their website. So this is exactly or directly from the Ole Henriksen website. First of all, Ole Henriksen makes amazing products. This mask does run about 40 bucks. It's worth every penny. There's a link for you down in the description box if you want to check it out. Let's talk about the details. So it says, take the plunge for smaller looking pores instantly. I cannot say instantly, but I will say that I did notice topicals we talked about earlier. I did notice topical results on my skin after a week's time. I was noticing a difference. I do have pictures that I will actually insert into edited videos of my skin week by week. Oh, I just hit myself in the nose. When I edit other videos, I'll show that to you guys so you can kind of see the progression. So this says, deeply purify and diminish pores with an exhilarating chill. Inspired by the cold plunge part of a Scandinavian sauna cycle, this cooling clay mask detoxifies, controls oil, and reduces the look of pores. This innovative formula harnesses the power of alpine willow herb. I like to say herb. Does anyone else like to say herb? Can you let me know in the comments? And snow lotus. I actually don't know what snow lotus is. I probably should have checked that. If someone knows, let me know down in the comments. Antioxidant-rich botanicals that have adapted to thrive in extreme cold to soothe, mattify, and refine pores. Add cool water and the turquoise purifying mask thaws into a luxurious lather that sweeps away oil and impurities. With AHA and BHA, the clay mask unveils dramatically improved skin texture. Balance is restored as green fusion complex. This is trademarked by them. I'll tell you what that is here in a second. And I think it's neem, pronounced neem seed oil, help replenish the skin. And you see a refreshed, refined, and pure Ole glow. That's also trademarked from Ole Henriksen. So it has check boxes next to these items. It says reduces the look of pores, deeply purifies the pores, mattifying oil control for up to 8 hours. So this is strictly a mask that, it sounds like a computer mic. Oh, hey, does it sound different now? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Does anyone remember that Verizon commercial? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Dee. I appreciate it. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, this is specifically a mask for your pores. So to answer your question, it looks like your name is Chat. I hope I pronounce it correctly. If I don't, give me phonetics in the comments. Chat Botte, Botte. Anywho, this is actually specifically for pores. It is one of the best masks I've ever used. I do like clay masks and things of that nature, but as of right now, I'm not switching my mask anytime soon until I'm in a, I'm just going to say this. I'm just not going to switch my mask anytime soon. This is really addressing all of my skincare concerns. I want to age with grace. I want to reduce fine lines. And the main thing is I really do want glowing skin that is pore free. Definitely computer. Okay, that's fine. Thanks, Dee. I appreciate it. I didn't know if it would work or not. It's just plugged into the laptop. Okay, anywho, so let's go down into, let's see here. I am looking for, here we go. So the ingredients, it has clay. Obviously, we talked about how important clay is. It aids in purifying the pores. Snow lotus and alpine willow herb extracts rich in antioxidants to help nourish and condition the skin. Their green fusion complex. So this says this. It says this proprietary blend of potent active botanicals, including green tea, eucalyptus, which I love, algae, which is weird, and Irish moss extracts with natural antiseptic properties helps absorb excess oil and refine pores. Lactic acid. So we just talked about the lactic acid, why that's important, because it plumps the skin, and it has salicylic acid in it also. So both of these things help loosen and lift dead skin cells that clog pores. And obviously that lactic acid is going to give you that plump look. If you work out at all, you might even think about the fact that you have a lactic acid spillover when you are working out. And sometimes you can feel that pump and you see that in the muscles. That's exactly what I think of when I think of lactic acid. So I read that and I'm like, oh shoot, I know what that does. That pumps, I know. So of course I want that. So those are the proprietary ingredients inside of this mask. Let's see here how I'm using it. So this is probably what you want to know. Okay, so as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I was very, very just sporadic in my masking. Now, when I went to Sephora and I was nearly just like begging them to help me I was begging them, please help me figure out what I need for my skin. The girl told me, she's like, girl, you need a really good mask. We got to get you something with some AHAs, with some salicylic acid. And I want you to be using some chemical exfoliant type products and get away from products that are exfoliating with beads, not good for you, blah, blah, blah. So we decided on this, and she's like, you're going to love it. It's cooling. It's all these things. So I said, okay, great. How often do you want me to use it? And she told me to use this every other day. Now, the back of this, just so you're aware, it says that you can use 2 to 3 times per week, which essentially is every other day. I have been faithful, 100% faithful to using this every other day. So it's been 31 days was Monday. It's Wednesday. That's roughly 33 or 34 if you're quick with math. If you're not, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But I have been using this like clockwork. I've not missed a single day. I am supposed to mask today. And so I was going to do it on this. And here we are. Crazy day, so I haven't been able to. So how I use it is I actually do this in the morning, and I do it every other day, as I mentioned. The reason why I like to mask in the morning is, for me, it's I get up in the morning, I spend time in the Bible, I take care of the gazillion things that we have to do with our geriatric cats in the morning. So it's very simple for me to wash my face, put on this mask, do my, my morning rituals, if you will, let this sit on my face, and then move on for the day. It is highly unlikely of me to do this at night. And the reason why is because my days are busy. And sometimes I don't sit down on my bed until 10 or 11 o'clock. And the last thing that I want to do is sit and wait for a mask to be on my face for 15 minutes. I don't want to do that. So I use this actually in the morning. It's obviously following my cleanser. You do have to use this on clean, dry skin. And then I will let it sit for up to 30 minutes. There are times with my my morning routine, I don't put this on and immediately wash it off after 15 minutes. It just, just doesn't happen. Sometimes it is, but most of the time I let it sit for about 30 minutes. After I wash it off, I will actually apply all of my normal skincare. So your toners, your serums, and your moisturizers. Again, sunblock. We will talk more about the other products that I use after, the normal cleansing of the face. I'll talk about all those coming up in future videos: toner, serums, moisturizers. I've already done a video on eye creams. I can try and remember to link that in the eye for you a little bit later as well. So those are going to be coming up in upcoming videos, but you do want to make sure that you sunblock. There is a little bit of a warning on the back of this, and it just simply says that sunburn alert. This product contains alpha hydroxy acid, AHA, that may increase your skin's sensitivity to the sun, and particularly the possibility of sunburn. Use a sunscreen, wear protective clothing, and limit sun exposure while using this product for a week afterward. Now, again, I've been using it for over 30-something days. I have not noticed any sensitivity from the product whatsoever. I would just say to you, when you're trying new stuff like this, especially products that make you a little bit more sensitive to the sun or sensitive in general, just pay attention. I would say that you don't have to completely just, rule something out, but I would just pay attention to how your skin's doing. She told me, she's like, you may be able to use this every day or every other day with no problem. But if you find that you're too sensitive, just cut it back. I have not had any issues. And I would say there are certain products that I'm sensitive to. So, okay. So question of the day, I would love to hear from you down in the comments or on the chat since we're still live. I would love to know 2 things. 1, what are your biggest skincare concerns? Like, what are your biggest concerns with your skin? And 2, where do you feel stuck in finding a solution? I would really love to help you out and either point you to new products, make a video about products. I mean, obviously I'm doing this whole series, so these videos and upcoming videos are going to be complete answers to all the questions that you have about pores. And as you can tell, I'm doing a crap ton of research right now, just so that I'm giving you the most accurate information that I have personally found, as well as the most important ingredients or products that are great. And as you guys know, I use everything from drugstore to high-end products. It really just depends on what the need is that I have to fill. I'm certainly not someone who thinks that, fancy brands are the best, and I'm certainly not someone who won't buy fancy brands either. So, okay, I see some comments. I see ya. Sorry, I paused. Oh, acne. Yes, Diana. So we talked about cleansers last video. I would definitely check out the that gentle cleanser that I was talking about from Aveeno. 1, because it has salicylic acid in it, but it's 0.05% salicylic acid. So it's going to be like the mild version. There's several different versions, and that way it won't over dry you. And then the other things we want to talk about later for you are moisturizers, toners, and all that stuff. But we need to start with a good cleanser because, again, the whole point is we want to make sure that we are getting the pores cleaned out. The main reason, you guys, if you have bigger pores, most of the time what's happening with your skin is that your skin is actually clogged up. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to see blackheads on the surface of the skin, but it does mean that there's dirt living inside of your pores. And so that is typically why, again, think of that balloon analogy that I gave you. That's why your pores are sitting open, and we've got to get them cleaned out so that they will shrink and close up. That's really what's been happening with my skin. It's not like some magic treatment that we've just like shrunk my pores. It's literally that my skin is finally clean and clear. And I didn't have a bunch of blackheads sitting on my skin. I did on my nose. I don't anymore. But now it's like everything's completely clear. So that should help you, Dee, if you try that. And then I saw someone say dehydrated skin during the winter. Yes, I totally get that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're using heavier moisturizers during the winter, dear. You want to use something in the morning and something at night. So if you're not using 2 moisturizers, I definitely would recommend that. And I would say at night, use something that's going to be a lot heavier for your skin. It's going to be better for you. There's one by First Aid Beauty if you have sensitive skin, and I believe it's called the Ultra Repair Sleeping Cream or Ultra. It might even just be called sleeping cream, but look that up. First Aid Beauty is such a great brand. It is a high-end brand, meaning you can find it at Ulta or Sephora, but it's not super expensive, and that cream is massive and you get a lot for it. But that, I'm telling you, sister, that will freaking hydrate your skin like nobody's business. So check out that product if you haven't. And if you have any more questions, just let me know in the comments and I will definitely address them. Okay, so I think that is all of the items that I wanted to mention about skincare. If you have other questions, please let me know. Let me know down in the comments. And I think that's going to be a wrap for tonight's video. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and do that now so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you can get alerts next time I go live. And I will either see you on the 4th Wednesday, so 2 weeks from now, or I may go live before then. I don't know, but I'm working on some other videos for you that are involving skincare. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.